A missing man, a body found. Bahamian arbitrators named, and the push for a change in the law regarding marital rape stays in the public domain. Good evening, this is Jcn News. I'm Julian Reed. It's a harsh reality for a Bahamian family. 3 days after their loved one went missing, a body is found deep in bushes off Frank Watson Boulevard, and all signs indicate it is him. The police are awaiting official confirmation, but they're quite sure the man whose body they found is that of 33-year-old Evan Fox.
This afternoon, we are investigating the death of an adult male who was found in bushes just east of Frank Watson Boulevard, sometime around 2:30 today. Utilizing our unmanned aerial system, more commonly referred to as our drone, officers discovered a truck some 2.5 miles, fitting the description of a vehicle owned by a male who was reported missing sometime last week. Officers on arrival to the scene discovered the partially decomposed body of a male lying outside the truck. At present, we are in our initial investigations into this matter. At present, we cannot say who the person is. We await an official identification. We also await the pathologist to conduct a scientific investigation.
That was Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippings, who has strong advice.
What I want to say to family members is imperative that you pay attention to the whereabouts of your family members at all times. If you know that they have a routine and you don't see them within that specified time, we're asking you, come into our department, report the matter. Let us utilize technology. As you know, we just had our Tech Expo a few weeks ago, so we have a lot of technology that we utilize. It can help to find some of these persons who go missing in a short period of time, and so we're very concerned, and we want to encourage family members, look out for your family members, stay in communication with them. Additionally, if you know your family members, and I'm not saying that this is what I'm coming right now has to do with this particular incident, but we know that in our country right now, it's financial stress for some people. Persons are going through emotional stress. They have relationship stress. There are conflicts. If you know that there is a family member who is going through some stressful or traumatic incident, I'm asking you, seek help. Reach out to the community counseling and assessment center on Collins Avenue. Reach out to your pastor. Reach out to any responsible person who has the skills to be able to walk that person through a difficult time.
Well, it's a prime example as to why when we move to open the marijuana industry, that we have to properly regulate it to protect the Bahamian populace. 3 schoolboys in the 9th grade had to be admitted to hospital. This after they fell unconscious on campus and experienced other adverse effects from ingesting marijuana. In other news, jobs and skills development are 2 areas of focus for the labor front. Labor Minister Pia Glover-Roll detailed the Bahamas situation as she spoke at the International Labor Organization's Skills Forum, which was held in Geneva, Switzerland on April 23rd and 24th. Minister Glover-Roll highlighted the heavy economic impact the Bahamas suffers as a result of climate change and hurricanes in particular. She pointed out that the Bahamas has launched the Sustainable Investment Fund, the Blue Carbon Credit Research, as well as major energy and infrastructural initiatives as a part of our homegrown solution. She added that training our young people for the jobs of the future, including training for jobs within the green economy, is key. Now, Minister Glover-Roll acknowledged that training must also include information and communication technology and other digital skills. She highlighted the launching of the Decent Work Country program in the region and our national apprenticeship program. She informed the forum that the Bahamas is making reforms to our national insurance scheme and introducing a contributory pension program for the public service. She also called for greater international cooperation on climate justice and climate finance reforms, as well as continued technical and financial support for labor development initiatives. Well, you've heard the Prime Minister highlight the possible need for arbitration in resolving the issue of outstanding monies from the Grand Bahama Port Authority to the government. Well, that 30-day deadline for the GBPA to pay the $357 million debt is up. And in a separate move, the government has announced the appointment of 4 Bahamian members of the Permanent Court of Arbitration for a term of 6 years, in accordance with Article 44 of the 1907 Hague Convention for the Pacific Settlement of International Disputes, which requires members of the court to be of known competency in questions of international law, of the highest moral reputation, and disposed to accept the duties of arbitrator. The Bahamian members of the Court of the PCA are Bertha Cooper-Rousseau, Carol Lashley, Dr. Peter Maynard, and retired Justice Ruby Nottage. Now, the Permanent Court of Arbitration is an intergovernmental organization that provides a variety of dispute resolution services to the international community. Established in the late 19th century, the PCA facilitates arbitration and other forms of dispute resolution between states as a modern, multifaceted arbitral institution. The Bahamas became a member state of the PCA in June 2016. Under the International Commercial Arbitration Act 2023, the PCA is an appointing authority, which means that in circumstances it can determine inter alia arbitrator appointments. Stay with us. We have more news on JCN TV after the break.